Um, Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk about endangered animal. Polar bear are very poor. They don't have eyes to live on. It is because climate cli- climate change. We can help by recycling. Polar bears are losing their habitat. We need to help them. We we tell everyone that polar bears are dying. We need to help the world. Um, we need to help the world to get less warm. It is because polar bears live on ice. We need to stop ice from melting. We need to do so by reducing air pollution. We can tell more people to join us. Okay, so good morning, teachers and fellow students. I am here today because I want to share about an endangered animal. So that is the polar bear. So the endangered animal means that they only have a few which are living in the wildlife, but not in the zoo. Okay, so why I want to share about the polar bears. Of course, they are very cute. They are white and they're fluffy. They live on the ice. We all know that, of the ocean, and they hunt the ocean animal for food. However, they hunt the animal. After they hunt the animal, they have to eat the animal on the land. And they can swim, but they cannot swim for too long because they need to eat the animal on the ice. That means they need the sea ice to survive. However, we are having less and less ice on the ocean, and this is a great threat for the polar bears. They need to live on the sea ice, on the sea ice to eat and survive. And with global warming, more and more ice are melting on the whole Earth. And as it's getting warmer, the ice are melting. The home of the polar bears are fading. And that's means that they are losing their habitat. Well, therefore, we need to protect them before they disappear on the earth. We can all help by reducing air pollution. For example, we can plant more trees and be more environmentally friendly. For example, we can do the 4 Rs like recycling and reusing. And these can all help with global warming. And finally, I believe with everyone's help, we can all save the polar bears as well as many other endangered animals on the earth. So thank you for listening, and I hope you all can learn something. I can't wait to listen to your speech and share what you think about endangered animals. Okay, thank you.
zoo? What do pandas, orangutans, rhinos, and gorillas have in common? Aside from being animals that you probably only see at the zoo, these animals are all endangered. Scientists say that an animal is endangered when there aren't many of them living in the wild anymore. And any kind of animal can become endangered. Birds, insects, reptiles, and of course, mammals. For example, meet the Amur leopard. This kind of leopard lives in a small area in Eastern Asia, and there are only a very few of them left in the wild. Scientists think that, not counting the ones in zoos, there are only about 60 Amur leopards on the entire planet, so they're definitely endangered. But how do animals become endangered? There are a few good answers to that question, but probably the common cause of animals becoming endangered is when they lose too much of their habitat. An animal's habitat is the place where it lives. That's right, Squeaks. An animal's habitat is its home. It's where an animal can get all of the things that it needs to stay alive. Animals need things like enough food to eat, clean water to drink, air to breathe, space to move around, and shelter. Plus, mother animals need a safe place to lay their eggs or to have and raise their babies. So habitats can be very different for different kinds of animals. One animal's habitat might keep it dry and warm. For another, it might help an animal stay cool, wet, and well hidden from predators. An animal's habitat might be large or it might be very small. But there's one thing that all habitats have in common. They can only support so many animals. If a habitat starts to get smaller, that means that fewer animals can live in it. This is what happened to the Amur leopard. Its habitat used to be a lot bigger, but people started to cut down trees in the forest where the leopard lived to use for lumber and to make space to build houses. So over time, the leopard's habitat got smaller and smaller. The leopards started to have a hard time finding enough food and finding enough safe spaces to raise their cubs. So after a while, there were fewer and fewer Amur leopards in the wild, until there were so few that scientists said that this kind of leopard was endangered. Pollution can also change an animal's habitat. Pollution is anything that makes the earth unhealthy, like litter and trash or the dirty smoke that comes out of cars and power plants. Pollution can also prevent the eggs of certain kinds of birds, fish, reptiles, and amphibians from hatching. Pollution changed the habitat of a bird called the brown pelican. The brown pelican lives near the ocean where it eats fish, and about 70 years ago, people sprayed a chemical around to try and get rid of pesky insects like mosquitoes. But the chemical polluted the water in the brown pelican's habitat. Some pollution ended up in the fish that the pelicans ate, which made the birds sick and kept many of their eggs from hatching. Soon, there were fewer pelicans. For a while, the brown pelican was endangered, but scientists and other people solved the problem. They told other people about the problem, and soon everyone stopped using the chemical, and the pelican's habitat became clean again. More baby pelicans began to hatch, and in most places, the brown pelican is no longer endangered. This big brown bird is a great example of what can happen when we find out that an animal is endangered. People can work together to try and clean up an animal's habitat if it's polluted. Or if an animal's habitat is getting too small, like the Amur leopard's forest, people can try to plant more trees to make the habitat bigger again. Now, you may not know it, but you're helping endangered animals right now. One of the best things that kids can do to help is to learn about animals that are endangered. You can also help out animals that live in your area by taking care of their habitats. That means doing things like recycling and throwing away garbage instead of littering, and working with other kids and grown-ups to clean up your neighborhood. Everyone deserves a clean and healthy habitat. Thanks for joining us on SciShow Kids. Do you have a question about your favorite animal or something else? Ask a grown-up to help you. Leave a comment down below.